Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jade Lee English, and it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the very first episode of Nothing But Net, where basketball culture is king.
I live my life like a ball, leave it all on the court. When it's time to step up, I'm never coming up short. This the life that I chose and the life that I know. Another day away from home, a different place on the globe. Still I maintain for the love of the game. Wet, nothing but net like I shoot in the rain. Got the blood of a champion inside of my veins. It's a struggle just to see past the lights and the fame. Pick and roll in my zone, stay out of my lane. Give and go, trade it off, yo, it's never the same. Gotta hustle, gotta move fast, the life of a king. Bad weather comes and goes, it's the life that we live. Nothing but net, put it all on the line. Nothing but net, it's a part of my grind. Nothing but net, this here is my time. Yeah, nothing but net, till the world is mine. Nothing but net, put it all on the line. Nothing but net, it's a part of my grind. Nothing but net, this here is my time. Yeah, nothing but net, till the world is mine. Till the world is mine. Till the world is mine.
Once again, thank you for joining us here at the Nothing But Net show, where, as we've said before, basketball culture is king. What is basketball culture, you ask? Well, first and foremost, we got to start with the players. Those who played the game past, present, and future, from the high school level to the NCAA. Streetball godhood and glory are the upper echelons of the NBA and the WNBA. These are the folks that make it all possible. The skill and dedication of these players are the stem cells from which many elements of the entertainment industry, the fashion industry, and even the biotech industry have grown and flourished. And we here at the Nothing But Net show are proud to present you a unique look into all these worlds. So let's get started. In our first installment of Coming and Going, we rewind the wheels of time to summer 2012, where we at the Nothing But Net show spoke to native Brooklynites about the Nets' franchise move from New Jersey to Brooklyn. Then we fast forward to All-Star Weekend 2013 in the great city of Houston, Texas, and check in with fans enjoying the All-Star festivities. And finally, we end with a historic night in Sacramento, where Kobe Bryant passed Wilt Chamberlain for 4th place on the all-time scoring list. Check it out.
My name is Dale Taldy, and we're at my restaurant, Taldy Restaurant, on 369 7th Avenue. Really, really excited to see the Nets come in, just to be around a lot of history. I mean, there's great ball players that have come in and out of Brooklyn, and then to come here now, it's amazing. We are season ticket holders. We wanted to buy season tickets and kind of represent. We love it even more so that the Nets and that there's going to be the Barclays Center is there.
My name is David Massoni. I'm a huge sports fan. More than I'm a sports fan, I'm a Brooklyn fan. And I'm really psyched to be a Brooklyn Nets fan. My business partners and I bought season tickets. Say thank you to our staff from time to time and hand them the 2 tickets to say thank you to our customers. Brooklynites are so proud of being Brooklynites. And this just gives us another thing to get really proud of. And we're one of the biggest cities in the country, and we don't have our own sports team, and now we do.
Boomy Boom Samuel, born and raised New York City. The ball players are definitely strong in Brooklyn, but it's just a matter of where people come to see things, right? So when the Nets being there, there'll be a place where people can come in and compete and also see other players compete. So it's going to kind of bring people to one place in the center of Brooklyn. It's going to create a synergy for basketball in Brooklyn.
And the Nets, they're a good team. They're a great team, And I think that they have more supporters in Brooklyn than they would do in New Jersey. So I'm glad they're here. Traffic may be a little bit hectic, but business-wise, it's going to be booming. I know a lot of people tell me they can't wait till they start selling the merchandise. So we're waiting for the Nets. It's just a matter of time.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun. I really like the Nets somewhat now. Hopefully we can make more trades or whatever. I'm just worried about traffic because that's my way to work.
I'm more concerned with the parking because I live around the corner. So everybody who work there, the people who work there, parking, they're going to park all down here. But it's also good too. A lot of jobs will come for people in the area. Yeah. Kobe's going to retire in 2 more years. I'll probably be a Brooklyn Nets fan after that. They got to get a star. So I could only go with Dwight or...
He's Bynum?
Yeah, he's Bynum.
Hi, it's Dale Taldy.
My name is David Massoni.
You're with Nothing But Net.
I am psyched for Nothing But Net.
This is Boomy Samuel.
I'm Danny. I'm Sean.
I'm Peter.
It's definitely Nothing But Net.
And it's Nothing But Net. Y'all didn't see it?
world? This is Nothing But Net, and we're at NBA All-Star Weekend. We are with Michael and Jeffrey. How you guys doing today?
Hey, we're doing great.
How you doing? Great. Where are you from?
New York.
New York City?
Yep.
Are you enjoying the All-Star Weekend?
You know, you get great weather like this, great people, great food, and most importantly, great events.
What has been your favorite event so far?
So far, it's got to be the three-point competition last night with Kyrie Irving.
Watch, I'll show you.
And
Kylie Irving.
Nice.
9 out of 10
nice
on
follow
the first.
through.
Oh yeah, it's
Follow
all
your
about the
shot.
follow through. Square.
It was crazy to watch him just last night and just feeling the energy from everyone. It's really amazing.
How are we doing today, guys?
Doing wonderful.
Great. You doing great? What's your name? Tell me your names.
Adrian.
I'm Patrick.
Patrick.
Jerry.
Jamela. And Jamela?
Yes.
Are you guys enjoying this All-Star Weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Having a great time.
Where are you from?
We're from here in Houston.
Texas.
Texas, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rockets fans, I see. Have you guys been to any of the festivities this weekend?
We have. We just left the jam session. We were out here yesterday too as well. So we've been kind of moving around a little bit.
What up, world? We're here with John Lucas Sr. How are you today?
I'm good.
Good. How was your All-Star Weekend going?
Busy. I was at State Farm for a lot with Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul, and then we also managed some things. But it was a big weekend. I had a golf outing, John Lucas Foundation Golf.
How did that go?
Bowling, very good. We had 180 golfing teams, and we had 71 bowling teams.
That's wonderful. Was it for your charity?
For my charity.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your charity?
Our charity foundation is for athletes as well as any people who are struggling with drugs and alcohol, and a place for them who can't afford to get help.
It has been too beautiful. I mean, to be at all these events and to see all these legends and people that I was fans of, and Dominique right there, and Clyde, and to see the dream after all this time, man. This is I'm happy to be here, almost like I'm a fan.
And then you know what? I will say I've noticed you guys don't really age.
Nah, you know, I try to stay in the gym so I can keep my sex appeal going good.
Yeah, exactly. You got to keep it sexy. How'd you feel about your dunks last night?
I feel great. I tell a lot of people that I actually had more fun this year in the competition than I did last year. Even though I didn't win, I had a lot of fun. Kept a smile on my face and just, brought a lot of energy. I felt great.
Who was your favorite player that you saw come in today?
My favorite, well, there's two favorites.
Okay.
My childhood favorite was John Starks. I mean, John Starks was great. The dunk, you got
Of course.
That's the all-time favorite dunk of all time. Then I saw right now, Iman Shaw. Like, he's dope. Like, he's ill. He's young. Yeah.
Apparently he has an album coming out soon too.
He does.
Have you heard it?
Not yet.
No?
But I heard his freestyle on YouTube, so that's pretty cool.
Last night, the Legends hosted a very special event at the Mercedes-Benz place, and I had an opportunity to be present there, and it was very well acknowledgement of the Legends.
How's your All-Star Weekend been so far?
Everything's been great. Enjoying the festivities. Brought my son out. Having a little fun.
Having some father-son time?
Yes, ma'am.
Bonding time?
Yes, ma'am.
How'd you like the contest last night?
It was awesome. It was good to see the young guys get out there and try a couple new things and bring some excitement back to the dunk contest.
It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Jim Goldstein. He is the ultimate LA Laker fan, and more importantly, a fan of basketball. How are you today?
I'm very good. I just had a very enjoyable Legends brunch. It was great.
Oh, who spoke in the brunch?
Well, all the Rockets from the championship teams in the 90s were there, and I was part of that team, so I feel very good about it. I was traveling with them at every one of their practices during the playoffs, going out to dinner with them. That was my greatest moment in basketball for all the years I've been involved in it.
My name is Jeremy Evans.
I'm Jim Goldstein.
My name is Gary Trent.
You're watching Nothing But Net.
And you're watching Nothing But Net.
And keep watching.
We're here with Coming and Going in front of the Sleep Train Arena. Kings Lakers with Dwayne. How you doing, Dwayne?
I'm doing great.
So how do you think tonight's game's going to go?
Oh, I think it's going to be a wonderful game. I think, of course, the Kings are going to win just because we're that kind of team right now.
How do you feel about the season so far?
So far, I think it's been a disappointing season, but I'm getting really excited now that we're getting towards the end because the team is playing better. But I'm more excited even more that Kevin Johnson and the city of Sacramento are working so hard to keep them here.
I am a Lakers fan. I think as he's getting older, he's taking better shots. and his percentage is going up. Even though he's losing speed and he's not playing better defense, his assist is going up. And Kobe's the ultimate warrior because he'll play when he's hurt, when he can't even walk, he'll play.
Who would you put as a starting five for the Lakers if you were the coach right now with the team?
The last five we had before Powell came back. And
so you think Powell should definitely be coming off the bench?
I think so.
My name is Bradley. Go Sacramento.
My name's Dwayne. Go Kings, and you're watching Nothing But Net. Let's get it.
Sure. All right, we are the Sacramento King Laker game. We got the Kings fans. We got the Laker fans.
The Kings are going to win tonight, and I really hope to stay here.
Who's the favorite King of all time?
They don't even know. Richmond!
We're here with Dwight Howard of the LA Lakers, and I just wanted to ask you, as you guys move into, we're getting to the end of the season, and you're hopefully going to make a playoff run. What are some of the character traits exhibited by your team that make you feel confident moving into the playoffs?
Well, we just all have one goal, and that's to make the playoffs and make history. And we're doing whatever we can, as a team, talk, and, just get everything right. And it's been a tough season for us. I believe in this team.
You had a great game tonight. You had 24 points, 15 rebounds. Did the crowd, the fact that the crowd was half Lakers help you get into your groove at all?
Oh, no, I just had a ton of vision. Got a good day off yesterday. Was able to come in and be aggressive on both ends, and just happy we got the win.
Well, that's great. What are your plans for Easter?
I haven't made any plans yet. Tomorrow's a day off, so I'll probably just find a church to go to and just relax.
Well, thank you for talking to us, and have a great Easter. Relax. Get ready.
Get ready for the next game.
Welcome back, you guys. And special thanks to all the fans who shared their very colorful opinions with us. Much appreciated. You can share your opinions with us on our Facebook page, Nothing But Net Show, or follow us on Twitter at NBNShow or hashtag NBNShow. Moving on. In this episode's profile, the Nothing But Net Show takes a very special trip to Napa, California, where we had the rare pleasure of talking wine and basketball with our friend, the Michael Jordan of winemaking, Michael Salacci of Opus One. Thank you for joining us, Michael.
Thank you, Jade.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do here at Opus?
My title is winemaker. I oversee the vineyards and viticulture and winemaking at Opus. Vineyards are extremely important to winemaking because it's like a chef, the chef that goes out to market and buys fresh fish and vegetables and meat. It's essential that I have my boots on the ground in the field, and I'm involved in winemaking and in viticulture as well as winemaking.
So you're very hands-on.
Yeah. my fingers get stained during harvest. Yeah.
Red.
Purple. No. Yeah, purple. Purple's really important. The most important color in the world, I think.
Well, for you it is.
Yeah. No, it is for everyone, because purple's made of red and blue, and red represents passion and blue represents reason. And you need both to do great things in life. So purple's important to everybody.
Absolutely, I like that. Yeah. I like that. So tell us a little bit more about what you're doing here at Opus.
I've been here now, I'm in my 13th year, and we have a great crew of people working in the vineyard, making pretty much all the decisions for every single vine with which they come in contact. We teach them about the science or behind the vine, behind the plant, how plants function, and we ask them to blend that with their intuition and their experience, and they have full authority and responsibility over every plant they come in contact with. Viticulture and winemaking is a blend of art and science, because you have to, it's very important that you follow your intuition and pay attention to what you've learned in the past and make decisions based on that, but it's also very important to have reference points.
So Michael, we're going to move on to more pressing, important matters. basketball. Who are your picks for the playoffs this year? Who do you think is going to win it all?
Oh boy, I think the Celtics will. They're my favorite team. I know they're a long shot, but they have a lot of heart, and they really fight back. So I think that they're gonna take it.
Why are they your favorite team? How did that come about?
I've always liked the Celtics. I think their uniforms are cool, and they've always had great players. I like Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
I like the way they play basketball.
Lately in the world of Twitter, Kobe Bryant has been hashtagged as the name Kobe Vino, which I guess it references that he gets better with age, as wine does. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's about time he got connected with wine. No, I think he's absolutely right, because as you age, you become wiser, and I think you balance passion and reason better. There's a better point of equilibrium between the two of them, and I think he is really showing that. And I think it's a great reference because we often think that youth has it all, but there has to be a blend of youth and age to accomplish great things. So I'm okay with that. I think it's a good connection.
I mean, I don't even know where else to go from there, really. If you could connect 3 of your Opus 1 vintages with 3 elite NBA players, which would be Kobe Bryant, Bill Russell, and Larry Bird, Celtics, which vintage would you connect with what player?
Let's start with Kobe Bryant, because we were talking about California, and probably the greatest vintage recently that's been recognized as being a California vintage is 2007. And I think it's really intense. It has beautiful tannins, and it's a slam dunk. So I would go with Kobe Bryant in 2007. Larry Bird would be like the first vintage that was made at the winery in 1991, because it really has everything going for it. And I think Bill Russell would probably be the 1987. The 1987 is, the vines defended themselves very well in 1987 when we had low crop, and it was a warm season, the first of a 5-year drought. And so I think that he would be a 1987 vintage. I'm Michael Silacci. I'm the winemaker at Opus 1, and you've been watching Nothing But Net.
According to sportsdefinitions.com, a crossover dribble is when an offensive player dribbles the ball from one side of his body to another, as if he is going to move in that direction, then switches the ball back to the other side of his body to catch a defensive player off balance. I can't think of a better way to describe our interview with legendary DJ and former basketball player Rich Medina.
Party star props is gonna say what's up. We're gonna keep it moving. You ain't gotta watch us the whole time. These are records. Most people dance to them.
We are here with legendary DJ Rich Medina. He's going to let us know a little bit about what's been going on and his basketball background.
Lately, what's been going on with me is a lot of touring. I was on the road about 39 out of 52 weeks last year. Did TED Talk a few months ago. It's a crazy experience. Been on the move, you know, living the dream.
In 2010, they had the Smirnoff Master of the Mix competition, and you competed in that.
It was great being on the show. It was a really dope experience to really challenge yourself under pressure. You know, it's one thing to have a dance floor to control, but it's another thing when you got no floor and 6 cameras,
no energy,
producers, and people running around frantic. And once it goes to tape, it goes to tape. That's a whole different type of pressure. Early 90s, I was definitely using Fela Kuti's music and other African music within my set on on a very consistent level. Early on, it wasn't very sexy. People would hear songs that they loved and dance to it, and the minute you interject something syncopated or something that they're unfamiliar with, it would send them running. Here we are in 2012, and now there's a play on Broadway about Fela Kuti. There's hundreds of Afrobeat bands. There's hundreds of DJs that really put a lot of effort into playing African music on a more regular basis.
And you're a tall guy. How tall are you exactly?
I am 6'6".
I don't want to say obviously, but you played ball.
Yes, I did play basketball.
Where did you play?
I went to Lakewood High School in Lakewood, New Jersey. After high school, I went to Cornell University. I played at Cornell for 4 years, and I had a brief relationship with the United States Basketball League. I still love the game. It's still a big part of my whole life, particularly my coach in high school, John Pot Richardson. A lot of the things that he really jammed down our throats as a coach, I rock with to this day.
Who's the last person you dunked on, and how nasty was it, and what was their reaction?
Last person I dunked on was some dude in the Hamilton Fish League.
Disrespectful scale of 1 to 10, what would you call it?
It was like a 7, you know, because like you could really like wrap your legs around, and I didn't push the boundaries. I don't live in that neighborhood. I don't want to. Peace. What's up, everybody? This is Rich Medina, and you are now watching Nothing But Net.
Most fans are curious about how some of their favorite athletes get ready to compete on game day. Well, the Nothing But Net show was a little curious as well. So we spent some time talking to some players about their game day rituals and their preparations in a segment we affectionately call What's Your Mojo? So you guys are playing the Lakers tonight.
Yeah.
What is going to be your pregame ritual? What do you do? What's your process before the game?
I get to the arena, lift weights, then...
You lift weights before the game?
Yeah, lift weights before the game. Go get some shots, and then laugh and joke in the locker room.
Game day rituals, take a shower before the game, take a nap right after the shower, and that's it. That's all I do.
Do you have like certain food that you eat every game day, or something you stay away from?
I actually eat after I finish working out on the court. I actually go in the family room and eat a little bit. So that's probably the only thing I do.
Do you ever go to a restaurant before pregame? Is there a particular restaurant that you go to?
No, usually my cook come in for me, so she's doing a pretty good job.
He's got a chef. He's got a chef coming in.
Her name is Chris. She's been working with me for the whole season. You know, she always cook a nice, healthy, balanced meal for me.
What are you going to be listening to?
I'm probably going to be listening to Rick Ross or Lil Wayne.
What do you listen to get pumped?
Kendrick Lamar, something like that. Lately it's been started from the bottom. But
that's my song.
Yeah.
That's my song.
I think it's everybody's song.
It is.
I'm Perry Jones III.
I'm Travis Outlaw.
And you're watching Nothing But Net.
And you just watch What's My Mojo, signing off with Nothing But Net.
So you know how it is when you go to the club and you're trying to get into the VIP room, but the security guard's not letting you in because you're not dressed right. You got on the wrong shoes. You know how it is. I would like to personally invite you to the VIP room of Nothing But Net. We call it the Legends Lounge. In our first Legends Lounge, we speak to NBA legends Alex English, Otis Birdsong, and Michael Ray Richardson. I'm going to let the legends speak for themselves.
One of the things I always tell, and her being my daughter, I always tell them how it used to be when we would play 5 games in 6 nights. Right. We would play back to back to back. We get a night off, and then we would play another double. And, nowadays, guys talk about playing back to back and how tough it is. You go back and see how they used to play the game and how they tried to pack so many games into a week. And you realize that it's not so tough now.
We did that without a private plane.
Exactly.
We were flying commercial airlines, and some of the guys had to fly in coach.
And I remember I was one of the guys that had to play in coach because I was one of the youngest players. So, I mean, our game was so much different because we had guys every night going out every night. We never took off. Now in like this here the day and the time, if like a guy gets like hangnail, he's gonna take a couple of days off.
He'll sit out.
Or twist an ankle or something. It's unbelievable. Well, back when we played, we was real players. We played hard, but we partied hard. We had fun. But when we got between those courts,
You partied hard.
Birdson, I don't want to tell Birdson, I don't want to tell you our stories, but we're gonna leave that alone. But anyway, we all partied, but I partied a little bit harder.
Well, for me, that's what I miss most about playing in the league. The camaraderie that we had and still have. And that's what makes this weekend so special when we see each other. It brings back those moments when we were playing in the league, competing against and with each other. I haven't seen a player yet that could shoot it like I could, baby.
Well, you know what? And he's probably telling you the truth.
No.
But I can tell you what, he never passed.
Old school shooter. I think Kevin Durant right now is just a pure shooter.
Yeah.
But old school throwback probably would be Ray Allen.
Yeah.
Ray Allen.
But you did a lot of things. You played the point.
Yeah.
You played the two. And everything.
Alex, let's not go there for. He never played the point because he didn't pass, bro. Let's keep that alone.
And you're correct. I couldn't pass because you had the ball all the time.
I'm gonna tell you, Otis was one of a kind. I always knew where he was. If we needed a basket, I wanted to get it into his hands. Because I know one thing about it, if you get it in his hands, he gonna put it in there. He gonna put it in the basket. I always looked. He always was coming up in that little foul line area. He was shooting 52% from the field for his career. So that means every time you need to get a bucket, I wanted to get it in assist going right to Otis.
Sugar was like a 6'6" Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
But Magic, well, no, he was there with Magic, but he was also a better defender.
Yes.
I thought that he was, he could handle, he'd go to the hole, he'd shoot the jump shot, and then he'd talk noise to you.
I would say for me, LeBron James, because he plays both ends of the floor. He's a big, strong. He plays. He passes the ball. He scores the ball. He plays defense. He's a great team player.
No, I don't think LeBron is. I haven't seen a guard that had the, especially point guard, the speed. LeBron is fast and quick. He's not as quick as fast as Sugar was. And defensively, LeBron is a good defensive player. But I was telling B.J. Armstrong last week about Sugar. What made him so tough was his hands. I've never seen a player or played against a guy that had those great hands like him. If you put it around him, he's gonna get it. He's gonna disrupt it, And tenacious though. He was crazy because he would go in the locker room before the game. I mean, this is real. We would play Detroit, and he'd go in the locker room, Alex, before the game and tell Isaiah, kick your ass tonight. Yes, indeed.
Oh, yeah.
And he tell Magic, I mean, it didn't matter. I ain't never seen him go in Chicago's locker room and tell Micah that, though.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, but it's kind of strange that you said that because you know what? His first year in Chicago, we beat them 6 times. We was in New Jersey, remember that, Bird? We beat them 3 times in Chicago, 3 times in New Jersey. But I remember when he played in Kansas City, him and Phil Ford. And it was always a toss-up about who was the best backcourt in the NBA. So me and Ray Williams, we used to go in there and give them numbers.
Yeah.
That's that embellishing. That's that embellishing we thought would come out because we can go through the record book.
Now let me tell you something.
The Kansas City days, that's averaging 25. You couldn't have been giving me too many numbers now.
No,
not the KC days.
No, look, I was giving Phil Ford. You was giving Ray Williams.
Phil was Rookie of the Year.
I was giving him numbers, bro.
He was giving you some numbers.
He
was Rookie of the Year.
He was too little, though. Younger guys don't really respect what we did. if it wasn't for us, that they wouldn't be getting all these millions. It's not like the respect that we had for Wes Unseld or Bobby Dandridge or Bill Russell, because these guys paved the way for us. We paved the way for them, but we're not getting the respect that like we give those guys.
One of the things I miss though, Alex, is the competition. It's hard to duplicate that when you work out every day. The competition and the thrill of going against Kevin Loader, Steve Johnson, Alex English, Michael Jordan, David Thompson, George Gervin, night in and night out, Michael Ray. To compete against those guys every night, that thrill and that competitive nature, that's what I miss that too now. I really do. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of our inaugural episode of the Nothing But Net Show. We here at Nothing But Net want to thank you for joining us on this brief journey through some of the worlds of basketball culture. Full interviews and segments are available on NBNShow.com. Interact with us through Facebook on our Nothing But Net Show fan page. Follow us on Twitter at NBNShow or hashtag NBNShow. I'm Jade Lee English, and you've been watching Nothing But Net, where basketball culture is king.